Hello YouTube, this is LJ Draco here, and this video is going to be about
Major Chip Hazard. Gorgonite scum.
what the fuck? Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. As you could probably tell by that strange ass intro again, this review is obviously about Small Soldiers, a 1998 classic kind of mid-teens adventure comedy kind of film, directed by Joe Dante, who is also the director of Gremlins and this film called Black Hole, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome director. He did a fantastic job with Gremlins and Gremlins 2. But Small Soldiers is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a really good film. So yeah, Small Soldiers, grew up with this film. Obviously it's like 5 years after I was born. You know, I was 5 years old. I'd already watched a bunch of horrors and I'd already watched a bunch of Disney's and kids films. I want to see something like a bit different, And at the time, 5-year-old, you have a bunch of action figures and stuff, and you always wish that they could come to life and whatnot. And like Toy Story was also one of those kind of films, but this was based on a more real level than Toy Story. I mean, Toy Story, yeah, toys come to life when you're out of the room, kind of magical, mystical thing about that. But in the end, Small Soldiers based on electronical action figures that can actually talk, communicate, so it's kind of brought that realism to it. Yeah, I love Tommy Lee Jones as Major Chip Hazard. I'm trying to remember the names now. Frank Langella as Archer. Yeah, it's on the back. But then you've also got Kirsten Dunst, she's quite young. You've also got, if I can find his name, he's in it. I always forget his name, but he's the guy from Scary Movie 2, Alvin the Chipmunks, the bald guy with the glasses. He's absolutely hilarious. Phil Hartman and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm not getting too much into the character, like the actual actors, but more into the actual Gorgonites and the Commando Elite now. I'm a massive fan of Archer. Archer is my favourite character in the entire movie, which means I obviously root for the Gorgonites. I mean, yeah, you're supposed to root for the Marines at the beginning because you think the Marines are the badass, kind of like they're the good guys. It turns out the Gorgonites are the best guys, and the Commando Elite are evil, they're horrible, they want to rid the earth of Gorgonites, anything that reminds them of the Gorgonites. Right, starting with the list, you've got Archer, who's the leader. You've got Troglodyte, who ends up becoming Frankenstein's monster in the film. He was the navigator. You had Ocular, who was the obviously the lookout, because the one eye, there's Ocular. You got Slam Fist, Punch It and Scratch It. Now, Slam Fist is the protector, and Punch It and Scratch It are also they're like the secondary protectors. There's a character that's not on the actual case art at all, but that's Insaniac, who's just like a crazy prisoner who's nuts, and he's really fast and he's really hilarious. I think he's played by Steve Buscemi. I'm pretty sure I'm correct about that. I've got to recheck, but I'm pretty sure it's Steve Buscemi. But yeah, so that's the list of the Gorgonites. They're the good guys. Then you got the Commando Elite. You got Major Chip Hazard, who's this badass looking dude, played by Tommy Lee Jones here. Yeah, so he's the leader. You've got Butch Meathook, who's sniper. You've got Nick Nitro, who's the explosives expert. Brick Bazooka, who's the weapons expert. Link Static, who's the communicator. And Kip Killigan, who's, I think he's like the second weapons expert. I think he's good with Ninja Death Stars, and he's also good with machine guns. So yeah, so it's all about this boy called Alan Abernathy. He's kicked out of a couple of schools. He ends up going to this new place where his dad owns this little kind of antique toy shop, And you know, Alan Abernathy, he's like one of the bad kids, so he's working at his dad's shop like during like after school, and you know, he's friends with this delivery driver for this company called Globotech, who's delivering a shipment of these Gorgonites and Commander Elite. So he kind of like hints to the guy, and he's like, oh, you know, give me a shipment, like both sets, now I'll give you the money back after I've sold and whatnot. And then I'm not going to obviously tell too much, but as you can obviously tell by what I've said so far, it doesn't end particularly well for the people. I'm not going to go too much into the detail of the film. It's just an awesome look on interaction between human and, you know, electronical figures that can talk and move. Yeah, I mean, I got fucking freaked out when Furbies first came out. I mean, shit. These little fuzzy things that start blinking and start singing at you, that's some scary crap. Yeah, but then you see this and you kind of go, hey, yeah, it's not so scary. This is one of my favourite, like, out of my top 10 favourite, like, films watching as a kid. You know, so, but it was really, really good film. There's not many, like, extras. You've got, like, deleted scenes, special effects, bloopers, behind the scenes, the trailer, the animated menu, the production notes, and the cast and crew biographies. Such an old school thing at the bottom though. I don't know if you can see this. Gotta try and zoom in. If you can't see it, I'm sorry, but it says here DVD video compatible with PlayStation 2. Now that was when DVDs first came out. You know, they just like Blu-rays. It was made for the PS3. DVDs were made for like PS2. DVD players came out afterwards. I mean, for all people who like collect films, you all know that. But I've actually had this DVD for since about 2004, 2003. I didn't get it when it first got released on DVD. I still had the VHS at that point. But I remember being like a youngster, I just come home from school. My dad had just got back from work. He said, "Oi, you done your own work?" I was like, no. So alright, I bought you this, but I've got to throw it in the bin now. I was like, no. At that point, you know, I was one of those kids like, you tell me to do my homework, wouldn't get done. Bribe me with a movie, done. But yeah, no, it was incredible film, you know, and I was so disappointed, you know, because I've got my 32-inch 3D TV with a great, like, it's only 720p HD, but still good, perfect picture, and I was like, DVD looks so, like, gritty, but I still love it. Wish they had it on Blu-ray, but no, it does. Oh wait, hang on a minute, motherfucker bought it from Germany. Now, this is quite a cheap Blu-ray. I'm so fucking happy I own this now. It's a pity it's in German. Like, you can change, obviously, the subtitles off, and you change it to an English audio. Bro, my fuck, I finally managed to find... Only place that sells these is in Germany. That sucks, but it's also awesome. I'm so bloody happy to own this. I can't obviously read the back, but it's got a different artwork, as you can tell from the DVD. It's got the Commander Elite on the front, so you got Major Chip, Brick Bazooka, Kip Killigan, Butch Meathook, and Nick Nitro. Unfortunately, the static isn't on it, but on the back, Archer staring down Chip. Got the logo there. Bunch of pictures from the scene. Chip punching his way out of the box. Archer, like the cat's licking Archer. I can't obviously read the extras out from the bonus, like, because it's all in German. But I tell you what, a bit disappointed about this DVD. Like I said, I've had it for a while, and when I was younger, I never took care of my DVDs. But after 2006, when one of my favourite films got broken, I ended up having this massive OCD where I couldn't leave discs out of the case anymore. Couldn't leave them in players. As soon as I'm done, they have to go back in the case on the shelf. If not, my mind goes crazy and I'll refuse to talk to anyone. So like, the disc is kind of scratched up for the DVD. It still works though. It's only the front, but that's the artwork that you get on all DVDs for Small Soldiers in the UK. Cannot get any other disc art. I've looked. None. This, on the other hand, I absolutely love this disc art. Yeah. You got Archer and you got Slam Fist behind Alan Abernathy's legs. Get a bit of zoom on that. So you got Archer, Slam Fist, Ocular, and then you got the Commander Elite on this little truck thing. So just to prove, it's a Blu-ray Region B, The inside artwork is pretty much the same as the outside, just reversed. And I watched this on my 51-inch HD TV the other day, and the picture quality is beautiful. There is so much, like for some reason on the 32-inch it looks so much better, but on either one it still has great picture quality, and it's absolutely amazing to see the transfer that was put into this film. I will probably go straight to like a jump cut thing where I'll show you the menu. You see it's obviously in German. I don't know if I will do that. I probably won't. If you guys want to see what this looks like, if you haven't got it yourself and you want to see what it looks like, I'll probably send a separate video like later on. I've got another video to do after this, that's why I don't really fancy doing it now. But it just looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, I think UK buyers, if you want to buy this, it's about £12 or £13 on eBay. It's about £18 on Amazon. I bought this off a guy on eBay. It actually came brand new sealed, and that's why I was so happy for about £11–12. Brand new sealed. It came to me like the next day. So I mean, it was meant to come 2 days after. It came literally the next day, and it's absolutely perfect. So yeah, there's 110 minutes on the Blu-ray. It's fully transmitted into HD 1080p. Subtitles is Dutch and English. Audio is Dutch and English. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. But if you, it's only the only thing I don't like is this in this thin case. But I like the spine artwork as well. You got Kip and Insaniac, Archer and Chip, and it's an awesome Blu-ray. And this is one of my most proudest Blu-ray I own at the moment. It's one of the ones I wanted to see. I didn't know existed until I checked up on eBay. So I saw this guy show this random one with like a black and white cover and talking in German. I couldn't understand what he was saying because I don't speak German. But he was like talking about it, saying that apparently it was meant to be coming out or something like that. And I never saw it anywhere, and I went on eBay and there was tons of them going for cheap prices. And as soon as I paid it, I was like, that's it, I've got to purchase this. In my next video, this is going to be included on what I've bought within the next 3 months. So I won't obviously talk about it. I'll probably just like show it again in the video and then go past it for people who don't watch this one. But yeah, I'm just so happy to own this now. So I'm happy I've got the DVD and the Blu-ray. I'm not much of a Blu-ray fan. I've only just started I collected a bunch of 3D Blu-rays. Now, for anyone who's not on Facebook that I talked to on a group, I sold half my 3D collection purely for the fact that I didn't like the 3D quality. And, you know, if the 3D is not good, there's no point in me owning them. It's just a waste of my time and my space. I could have all these films on there that I do like and do enjoy and that are great. But I tell you what, this next video that's coming up is going to be a long video because I've got about from January till May worth of stuff that I've bought. Majority of stuff that I did buy, I would have had a lot more, but I sold again because I bought a bunch of 3D films that weren't good. So I sold them again. So I've got half of what I originally had to show. But there's still quite a bit. There's quite a few things I need to show. But yeah, this is purely about this. But before the video ends, something even better than the DVD and the Blu-ray. As you probably tell by the pictures at the beginning, I used to have an action figure of Archer as a kid. It wasn't the talking one. It was practically the 12-inch, but non-talking, stuck like with his head up like that. He had this like crappy bow, but still cool. The arrows, the pouch in the back. But as an incident growing up as a kid, someone broke him on me, and he ended up getting thrown away. It was just his hand. I didn't mind. I could have glued it back on, but for some reason, I think it was my dad or my mum said, no, he's broken. You can't have him. Threw away. So I was going mad looking for my favourite toy growing up as a kid, and in the end, recently on eBay again, searching around, you know, to get Archer again, you're looking at about what, brand new box about £100. On his own, you're looking at £40 or £50. So I was looking around and I saw this woman selling Archer for £40. I was like, oh, it's Archer for £40. I can't be bothered. And then I looked again, and it wasn't. It was Archer and Chip for £40. Now I asked, I said, what is that, £40 each? She said, no, it's £40 together. So straight away, I paid for them. As soon as the words together was said, I bought them both. I was not a big fan of Chip, but, you know, to get them both for £40 is really good. The only problem with Archer, because Archer's still my favourite figure out of both. The only problem with him is, I don't know if you could hear that. He's got this light on his chest. And he says these phrases, but his speaker's quite low for some reason. So I have to put this like really close. The voices are nowhere near as like movie quality. I know you can. There was like a select figures that had the actual voices from the movie. I unfortunately came across the ones that don't, but he's still a really good looking figure. The arm articulation's amazing. I love this kind of like, oh, it's the wrong arm I'm showing. This kind of punch action thing in his back. And it changes the sound effect with the switch in his bun. That's like a sword clang noise, and the other one's like a punch noise. That's really good. And then obviously onto Major Chip, whose speaker is actually quite loud. Yeah, see, it's not like, obviously, but he got the same thing. He's meant to have two guns, but the woman said she didn't know where they were. They're quite old. She's had them since they first came out. But you change the sound effect, you know, put his hand down like he's going to hold the gun, and then... See, so that's awesome. Yeah, it's the same thing. Great articulation in the arms and the legs. He's also got head rotation, which is good. No waist rotation. But yeah, so these figures were absolutely incredible for £40 together. I'm not a big fan of Chip, but I do love him. He is a great figure to my collection. He's on top of my shelf next to Archer majority of the day. And when I get my new place, which I should be getting before Christmas, me and my fiance should get our own home. When we do, I'm probably gonna have Major Chip and Archer kind of with one arm each on the Blu-ray of Small Soldiers, purely for the fact is that would make my life. My favourite scene with Major Chip is when that little boy finds him and the commandos in his room, and he picks him up and goes, "Oh, so you're the leader?" And he said, "For one day when you get shot, bam." I was like, every kid does that, you know. You get the leader and you don't like him, you like one of the goons, so you kill the leader and you go, "Oh, you're the goon's leader." But he was genuinely pissed. He was prepared to let the boy go until the boy killed him, and then he was like, "Ah, take him hostage." I'd do the same. I would do the same. But, you know, the Blu-ray and the figures and the DVD, it's just one hell of an awesome set. As you can tell, I love Small Soldiers. It's one of my top 5 favorite films as a kid. Well, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video on a. Basically, if you like Small Soldiers, leave comments below. If you don't, also explain why. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Not everyone particularly likes Small Soldiers. A lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about it. On the other hand, I enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. But if you have your, obviously, views about it, then just explain. But if you do like it, I want to hear who your favourite out of the Gorgonites, the Commando Elite were. Was yours the same as the leaders? Or was it the sidekicks of the groups? Or was it even the people in the actual movie? Like Alan and his family. It's her name now. I know it's Kirsten Dunst, but do you remember her name in it? Not important. But anyway, yeah, so, you know what I mean. Any of the other people. Anywho, right. Actually, ending on this note, I tell you what. I'll show you something just before I go. Everyone gets the gizmo joke for the password in Small Soldiers, right? Everyone gets that joke. Purely for the fact that it's Joe Dante who made Gremlins. So when the guy looked, haha, mine's Gizmo, everyone got that. Not only until I was watching the Blu-ray the other day did I notice that Gizmo, Gremlins, made another secret little unnoticeable appearance in the movie. And I'll show you because I got the picture on my phone. When it kind of locks in and stops being so bright. Sorry. Try and get this like glare off. Am I able to do it? I'll tell you what, obviously I can't show you on my phone, but I will put this somewhere in the video, probably like right at the end, so keep watching because it'll be right at the end of the video. But You'll see what I mean. Now, I've watched this film over like a million times. Not once ever on TV, on VHS, or on DVD noticed this little thing. Until I watched the Blu-ray on the 51-inch, and it was so clear to me that I did not even know it was there. I've not even checked the DVD film to see if it's on that version. I've only seen it on the Blu-ray, so I've got to recheck that. But other than that, my actual favorite scene in Small Soldiers is when Mr. Lars, the company owner of Globotech, is doing the speech about the toys selling, and you got that bald guy with the glasses standing in the doorway, and then there's a guy dressed up as Major Chip standing next to him. He turns and goes, he's really scared by it. That made me laugh as a kid. Anyway, I know. So tell me what your favorite scenes are. Tell me who your favorite characters are. Tell me, how old you were when you watched it, and what your impression was with the film. Did it inspire you about anything? Did it make you feel alive? Did it make you feel like you couldn't trust your toys? Anything at all. Anyway, I'm going to end on that note. Pictures coming up soon. Stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be my DVD and Blu-ray update from January till May. It's a long time. It's not going to be much. But keep a lookout for that as well. There are future videos to come. I'll see you later.